My name is Nikki. I am a pencil partner volunteer with Dollar General. Today, I will be reading the book The Berenstain Bears and the Homework Hassle, written by Stan and Jan Berenstain. Mama was sitting in her favorite chair, straightening up her sewing basket, when she sniffed the air and said, "What's that funny smell?" Papa looked up from the evening paper and sampled the air. He said, "I smell it too. It smells like garbage," said Mamma. "It smells like garbage." Papa sniffed again. "Now where do you suppose?" "I'll tell you where I suppose," said Mamma, who had put aside her sewing basket and sniffed around the room. "It's coming from Brother's backpack." And sure enough it was. There was an old banana peel, a brown apple core, and a moldy piece of bread in Brother's backpack. But that wasn't all there was in Brother's backpack. Among the books and papers was a letter. It was old and wrinkled, and it was from his teacher. Mamma read it. Then she passed it to Papa. After Papa read it, he looked across the room at Brother, who was doing his homework. At least he was supposed to be doing his homework, and maybe he was, but it was hard to tell by looking at him. He had a card table set up in front of the television, which was showing his favorite program, The Bear Stooges. He was listening to his boombox and talking on a cell phone at the same time. There was a game bear and a bowl of popcorn on the TV, and oh, yes, there were some school books and a paper and pencil, too. "Excuse me, young sir," said Papa. "Is this the Mars space station?" "I'll get back to you, Fred," said Brother. He put down the cell phone and turned off the boombox. "I'm not quite reading you, Dad. You're not reading much of anything, according to this letter from your teacher. You may as well have been on Mars for all the attention you've been paying to your homework lately," said Papa. "Letter? What letter?" asked Brother. "This old, wrinkled letter that Mamma found in your backpack," said Papa. The letter may have been old and wrinkled, but its message was clear. "In my backpack?" said Brother. "I thought my backpack was private." "When something starts to smell like garbage," said Mamma, "it isn't private any more." Sister Bear couldn't resist putting her 2 cents in. "I don't see how you expect Brother to keep up with his homework. He has so many more interesting things to do. There's soccer, basketball, video games, going around like a big shot, and girls." Brother turned on Sister. "Why, you little—" "That will be quite enough, Sister," said Papa. "Why don't you go do your homework?" "It's all done," said Sister. "See?" "You call those scribbles homework, you little twerp?" shouted Brother. "Now," said Mama, "let's everyone calm down and try to figure out what the problem is." "I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is too much homework. Vocabulary homework, arithmetic homework, science homework. It's homework, homework, homework. Every subject, every day, till it's coming out of my ears." "Uh-huh," said Papa. "Tell me, son, what is your homework for today?" "Adding and subtracting fractions and memorizing 2 stanzas of The Bear Stood on the Burning Deck." "That really doesn't seem like too much homework to me, son," said Papa. Brother slumped and stared at the Bear Stooges, who were busy hitting one another on the head. "I'm not hearing any sort of explanation," said Papa. "I guess that's because tonight's homework isn't really the problem. The problem is that you haven't been handing in your homework on a daily basis. You haven't been taking care of business. You've been falling behind." "Gee, what's going to happen?" asked Brother, as the living room phone rang. "It's the BRS," said Mama. "For you, Papa." "Take their number, and I'll call them back," said Papa. "What's the BRS, Mama?" asked Sister. "It's the Bears Revenue Service," said Mama. "They collect taxes." "What's going to happen," said Papa, "is that there's not going to be any more Mars Space Station. No more boombox, no more popcorn. It's just you and your homework until you're all caught up." "But that'll take ever, moaned Brother. Nevertheless, said Papa. You just don't understand, said Brother, heading for the door. Where are you going? Asked Mamma. I'm just going for a walk, said Brother. As often happened when Brother had a problem and went for a walk, his feet led him to Gramps and Gran's just down the road. Gramps and Gran could tell Brother was in trouble as soon as they opened the door. After some milk and cookies, Brother told them the whole miserable story. The telltale letter, the missed assignments, the no television, the no video games, the no anything until he caught up. And he was so far behind that he'd never catch up. Oh, you'll catch up, said Gramps. Your father did. Huh? Said Brother. Same thing happened with your dad when he was your age, said Gramps. Of course, there was no television then. No television, thought Brother. Wow, that would have been like really being on Mars. We had radio, continued Gramps. We still have it, of course, but radio was like television then. It had great stories every evening. There was a Western called Bear Smoke, and a buck brewing in the 25th century was sort of like Bear Trek is now. And your dad listened to them while he did his homework. And he was big on sports, just as you are. So he fell further and further behind. I clamped down on him, just the way he's clamping down on you. Gee, thought Brother, Papa does understand. The thought that he'd gone through it all himself made Brother feel a little bit better. A stranger was meeting with Papa when Brother got home. He's from the BRS, said Sister. It has something to do with taxes. It looks like Papa hasn't been taking care of business either. The stranger was about to leave. We'll be glad to give you a little more time, but you're going to have to catch up, he said as he left. And that's how it worked out. Brother sat on one side of the card table, and Papa sat on the other side. It was a good lesson for both of them.